All right. Well, so I think we'll probably get started now. So thanks everybody for joining. We're gonna have this is the week. This is our crunch week before everything goes live on Tuesday per our schedule. So we're gonna jump right into our agenda. All right. Yeah. So that means we can jump right into accomplishments and shout outs. So I can take first stab here, and I want to actually thank Cody. Cody, you have been such a great, bright, positive voice since joining. Your enthusiasm is infectious, and you've done a lot of great work really quickly and just kind of, absorbed everything and are really kind of channeling what we're doing here. So I really want to thank you for just amazing stuff on your side. And I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you to say. And I really appreciate the appreciation. I'm just glad to be a part of this team. And I want to do everything I can. This is super cool. So so this works. I now the potato, I toss it. Is that because I think I did it out of turn last week. I was like, oh, I'll go. So, I want to appreciate Lobby. Lobby just seems to work tirelessly, and I really appreciate how you gave me a big chunk of your time last week. I mean, I think it was supposed to be a half hour, maybe to an hour. We met almost 2 hours talking about everything, and it just really helped me get a good sense, a little more understanding what we're trying to do and how we're going to get there to keep doing it better. So you are a visionary, and I appreciate everything you do.
Thank you so much. Actually, I was going to give the shout out to you as well and to Antoine, because the two of you have jumped in, not questioning anything and being super proactive and just wrapping your heads around it and producing really good work, which I'm so appreciative of. And for everyone who's not on the community content calls, the work I'm talking about is content creation for us to start building our social channels and start promoting Leyline organically. So thank you for that. I don't think Antoine is on the call though.
So does that mean it's back to me? I'll be more than happy to share appreciation. I appreciate a lot of folks. Jamie, I want to appreciate you. I've reached out a few times, and you seem to make me a priority. Like I didn't feel like, oh, here's a guy asking for things. Yeah, I'll get to it. It felt like you were taking care of me instantly, and I really appreciate just that sense of like, you made me feel like I mattered, and I appreciate that a lot, even though I know you have a lot on your plate.
Awesome. No problem. Yeah, I'm like always on the computer, like 24/7. Like I'm on the computer till at least 11 here Eastern Pacific time. So I'm always here whenever anyone needs anything. Okay, for shout out. Honestly, I've gone around, I see everyone on the team like every day. So I think everyone has been really working hard. And I know there's like a pressure cooker going on now because next week we're launching and it's going to be freaking crazy. So yeah, I just want to congratulate like everyone on all the hard work. And I hope that like after launch it just explodes and we're gonna have a lot more hard work, because I know that after we start getting more funding, like things are just gonna boom even more, and then we're gonna like onboard like 1 billion other people. So thank you everyone.
That's true. Right on. Who do you want to pass the love potato to?
I will pass it to Eugenia. I think you're muted.
Test. Okay.
There you go.
I think I've seen Brian in literally every meeting I attended last week, and he had a water boiler explode or something in his house. So I thought that was pretty impressive and showed how much, literally blood, sweat, tears, I think, that he's willing to put into Leyline. And I really respect it when people can put every part of their being into a project. So just shout out to Brian for making himself available. And yeah, I hope your new boiler is good.
It's working. It's working. Yeah, actually, so funny thing is I was actually going to appreciate Eugenia for her super just organized, mature, experienced approach to everything she does. It's really impressive. So yeah, just like solid direction and guidance when it comes to things that Eugenia is driving. So yeah, but yeah. On top of that, Daniel is always great. I love working with Daniel, so I would like to pass it to him.
Thanks, Brian. Well, this is funny because I'd actually, I'm sorry, I swear this isn't on purpose, but I'd actually planned to say you because for the same reason as Eugenia, you've essentially been in every single call that I've been in, and I know that I have my fingers in a lot of pots, and so you're there, and you seem to always know everything about all the pods going on simultaneously, and I think that's a mega mind style managing that you're doing, which I think is really, really great. And I think that without you, Leyline would definitely not work as smoothly as we do right now. But to sort of pass it on to somebody else, I was actually going to give a shout out to Paco, who I just see is in this call, because Paco has been working tirelessly on the new website, and I know I've been working a lot with him, and I've been pushing him a lot to try and get out the new versions as quick as possible, to try and get all the new wireframes and edits and copy and all of that. And he's just been really, really great, such a great communicator, and really doing a great job managing the entire website team. So yeah, and a Spanish translator. Yeah, Paco doesn't really sleep. That is so true. He's just on the ball always. So Paco, thank you so much.
I will say that thanks so much, and I still think that sleeping is extremely overrated anyway. So I would like to give a big shout out to Doug, Gaming Pod, actually, because they are also giving. I feel sorry of how often I need to poke them for everything to get track on to get on track for all the briefings and all the wireframes we need, and they are consistently delivering, and thanks to them. And also to Jamie, because again, it's the other one that I don't think sleeps much, and it's everywhere and very supportive and in the most crazy situations to me. So I will pass the ball to Jamie, I guess.
Wait, I had it already.
Yeah. So yeah, whoever's had the love potato has free reign to pass it to anybody else again. You are empowered.
Okay. Who else is on this list? I will pass it to Justin Booking.
Baby. I have a lot of people that I love. Pretty much everybody on this call for a ton of different reasons. Daniel, you're a fucking rock star. I appreciate you very much. For somebody your age, I'm still an idiot at your age. I was even a bigger idiot. I couldn't imagine doing what you're doing. And then I also want to give a big shout out to GameSpot. Boys, you guys are wizards. Crazy the levels that your brain work on. Yes, and then I can keep going. Everybody on this call, I love you for a tremendous amount of reasons. So yeah, but those are my big shout outs today.
Hey guys, I'm thankful for being able to work with everybody. Everybody's so talented, especially the front end team, Roberta, Fernando. Whenever I'm stumbling or having issues, I'll just shoot them a message and they'll be there to help me. Jeremy, that the podcast that really moved me, the one on Padgett. I'm like sending that to everybody. I'm like, this is the guy. This is the guy. And Jamie's always there to help me with any questions as well. And Paco for being such a swell guy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Who else has not gone yet?
Well, I think they should call out Roberta. That's a great opportunity for her to jump in.
Roberta.
Oh my God. Hello, guys. So, emotional moment. So, I will thanks you all because, like, this adventure is amazing. I had the chance to live that with Mikael, my partner, and every day we are talking about that. We're like, what the heck? It's a dream or it's real or it's I don't know, it's unreal. Like we really love to be a part of this family. It's like we know you like for a while, and I will thank you Jeremy first, because it's the first time I have the chance to thank you. Like, you are amazing. You are very a source of inspiration. So yeah, we can see the light in the back of the tunnel. I don't know if we can say that in English.
Yeah, you
But
can.
yeah, you are amazing. I'm not gonna say more, but yeah, thank you very much.
Can I just add to that, Jeremy? Thank you. Also, I think I'm not sure if this is a more singular thing, but especially as someone who doesn't have any who didn't have any major skills coming into this, who've just been and everyone here really has just been a fantastic mentor and has been so patient with me, and I really appreciate it. And I think you guys really bring out the best in people. So a big shout out to everyone.
Thank you, guys. And here's one. I'm gonna do a stupid tangent here, but we are actually not these like individuals are just an arbitrary distinction. We're actually all like together, and so there is no like one that has this particular impact. We're all just a reflection of each other in our interactions. It's all just physics of a reaction has an equal and opposite counter reaction. So we're all the same, contributing in the same way. So everything you see from me is actually just coming from you guys and everyone else in my life. Anyway, sorry for that. Kevin hasn't gone yet, so we're gonna pass it over there.
Understand the world of partnerships and biz dev is definitely noticed. So hey, it's to you, kid.
Yeah, love it.
Also, if we can all just give her our energy, she has her last finals this week and then she graduates in 2 weeks. So if we can all just give her our energy.
Positive vibes. What is it like the Doctor Strange? Like, all right, cool. Thank you, everybody. So quick aside, there is some science behind why we do this. One is that there are lots of studies that demonstrate that the highest productive teams actually have a very high positive reinforcement ratio to negative reinforcement. So the average is about 5.6 positive feedback points versus negative feedback points. So as long as you get that really good ratio, you have the most positive and impactful and productive and happy team possible. And so you have to start with the people, because if you don't have your people optimized or functioning at optimal capacity, your product and customers suffer as a result. So that's why this is a very, very important part of the meeting. There's even more when it comes to mirror neurons. So that is the core of empathy between human beings, is that as you see other people's faces and listen to them, your neurons rearrange themselves to match the mood and the emotions that another person is feeling. So if you imagine surrounding yourself with a bunch of negative people, that's going to impact you directly. And vice versa, if you surround yourself with positivity and smiles and laughter, you actually naturally become that way. So that's why this is a very important segment for us. Plus, we have to remember that we're all humans and we have feelings and need recognition and acceptance and love. So just wanted to share some other random nonsense with you guys. Okay, so next is jumping into our schedule. So I'm going to share screen again here. And here we are. We are wrapping up our pre-launch campaign. There's still quite a bit of work to do. Come next week, we are going to be aiming to launch our crowdfunding GoFundMe page on Tuesday. And actually, this week we're just preparing to get the GoFundMe site up and ready. And this is not going to be a big public blast, but rather this is a good moment to start to ask or like let friends and family know that, hey, the GoFundMe page is up. If anyone's been, waiting to donate to us, the benefit of bringing in some early folks to put some donations is that we want that meter to already start off with some donations, because the psychology with crowdfunding is that everybody likes a winner. They want to know that other people have already invested and believe in this thing. And if that's the case, like, okay, fine, there's some momentum here. I think I could trust this. I'm going to donate too. So we want to get as much donations early on as possible and make that meter look like it's already going up. So then when we blast this and get all the eyeballs driving to the campaign, they land, they're like, wow, this is already gonna, go crazy. Let's get this rolling. So that's where we're going to be focusing on this week. And at the same time, we're polishing up all of the website redesign. So everything will actually be live and polished on Leyline.gg. So we're no longer going to need to use alpha anymore, because what we're going to have is all the front-facing websites will be ready to go. And in fact, let me walk you guys through that. So the dark mode, homepage, marketplace, all these pages will now replace the current teaser on Leyline.gg. The trick is, if anyone tries to create their accounts or access some of the more back-end features, what we'll have is a wait list. And so say you go to the marketplace, maybe you'll see a preview here, but you'll have a modal that says, hey, thanks for checking this out. If you want to start playing around with this, sign up for a wait list. And then when they sign up for the wait list, we'll just have a message saying, hey, you are on queue, 10,500. And, stay tuned for us to let you in. And then we'll create that anticipation and start to include people in the alpha waves. So that is what this week is going to look like. So it's pretty much all hands on deck. Anything that's going to be customer facing, we need to start to polish up, make sure there's a clear user flow, and that we're driving as many people to the GoFundMe campaign as possible. So I don't need to, I keep on making sure we talk about this because many people may not be seeing the all hands meetings, but just to reinforce our rhythm. So Monday is setting goals with your pods, and for you as an individual to get together as a team to validate that, hey, we can achieve these things. And it's super important too that we understand the context of what these goals are. So the roadmap is helping you to understand, hey, the next 3 weeks, this is what we have to achieve. So you have to scope what you're going to try to commit to for each given week. Thursdays is our deployment day, which might change later on. And then Friday is retrospectives, so you can learn from your mistakes, which we always make, and then improve for next week. So we really want to get that as part of our culture, because that gives us a lot of agility. And we want to be able to pivot and change directions as we need to, based off of our situation assessment. And the situation always changes. There was one other housekeeping item. Oh, Jamie mentioned that for anybody that's creating quests, one thing that's not very obvious is that when you create a new quest, make sure you hit this arrow button down and then use a template. Because once you do that, it fills out all of like the important fields that you need in the section. So then you can just go ahead and update stuff. So just a friendly PSA, because it's not great getting blank quests without all the details needed. Hope that solves your problem, Jamie.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that brings us to our showcase, which we don't have a ton of stuff. Is Arnaud on the call right now? Because he's done some awesome work that I'd love to share. But before we get into there, I figured it was a good time to talk about our core values. So I think I spoke to this previously, but I'm going to try to give some context around it. So the idea here is that core values shape a lot of our standard day-to-day decision-making, because often what happens in an organization or a business is that we have different perspectives or ideas of how something can get done. There are a lot of like risks and pros and cons to taking a certain direction, but core values unify us on the principles that we use to take a specific path. So to emphasize, I really talk a lot about agility and speed, but also understanding your environment and what is happening in your situation. So we've got to be very flexible, and we're in this age where everything moves so fast. Technology is propelling development and just the whole world around us. So we can't operate like we used to in the old days where you could wait a year and nothing else will change and you can just build your product. That actually doesn't exist anymore. So the second piece is being empathic. So aside from just with each other and celebrating our humanity, we also have to think about a global community. We are now a globally connected civilization. And so there really isn't these true boundaries between us other than these arbitrary walls we put between each other. And so the way to improve the world is by recognizing that other people have intrinsic value and are generally good people, and they're more shaped by their environmental factors. So second piece, knowing that everyone has intrinsic value, we want everybody to flourish. We have so much abundance and capability in this world and never before seen in human history. And so it doesn't make sense for us to create this zero-sum game or negative-sum game where people have to lose for others to win. So we want to create this world where everybody flourishes. And to do that, we need to empower individuals. Right now, so much power is consolidated to very few people, but that actually limits our capacity to make improvements in the world. So the way to amplify positive impact is to just literally put power into people's hands. And sometimes power is represented by soft power and culture, but in this scenario, power is also represented by money. So if we just give money to people and show them that they can have a difference, it's a very powerful impact. And then finally, this is no surprise, but we are aspiring to do massive, crazy, world-changing things. And I think if you don't think in that way, then you're always limited to your potential. Like if you say that the furthest we're ever going to go in our lifetimes is the moon, that's what's going to happen. If you say we're going to try to get to Mars, maybe it won't happen, but you increase the probability of it happening because you now have this larger vision. So yeah, I spout a lot of crazy things, but honestly, if those things are possible, why not chase it? Why not move for it? That's, I think, what we want to do. We want to shoot for Mars and then hit the moon. And then finally, transparency. Everything that we aim to do is only going to be true and honest by having people holding us accountable. Because I can guarantee you this, if we don't make ourselves transparent, we will be corrupted. It just happens. Like there are different, motivators, and particularly when it comes to economics, it changes the way we have to make decisions. So yeah, as you can see, we are going for radical transparency. Any questions or thoughts or, insights and observations that you want to share?
Very inspiring. Very nice.
Can you go over that again? I was AFK.
All right, I'll do another call out, which is the nice thing is that it turns into an acronym, which is DEFEAT. So the idea is that we can defeat COVID-19, we can defeat poverty, we can defeat all these things. Not to say that Leyline is the thing that solves it, but that is our mission, is to activate everybody so that we can defeat these things together as a unified species. So yeah, there's your cheese for the morning. I hope you all enjoyed that.